My stepdaughter replaced me at her wedding, until it was time to pay. Ever had one of those moments where you stop and think, what the hell am I doing here? That was me at my stepdaughter's wedding. For context, I've been in Danielle's life for 15 years. She was just 8 when I married her mother, Claire. Her biological father, Tom, was barely present, a distant figure who sometimes remembered to send a birthday card. Meanwhile, I was the one who showed up. Parent-teacher conferences. Me. First heartbreak. Me. Learning to drive. Also me. So when Danielle got engaged, I was over the moon. She even asked for my help planning the wedding. Now, I'm no wedding planner, but I threw myself into it. Venues, catering, the works. I spent a significant amount of money too. Her dream dress, custom invitations, flowers flown in from who knows where. I never hesitated because in my heart she was my daughter. At least that's what I thought. The warning signs. The rehearsal dinner was the first red flag. As she gave her speech, I waited for some kind of acknowledgement, a simple thank you for all my help. Instead, she gushed about how grateful she was that her dad, Tom, could make it. The same man who hadn't even shown up to her high school graduation. I told myself I was overreacting. Wedding stress and all that. But when the ceremony started, everything became painfully clear. I was sitting in the second row, not walking her down the aisle. That honor went to Tom. And when I saw her looking up at him like he was some kind of hero, I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. During the reception, things only got worse. The toasts came, and as the bride and groom thanked their families, the people who had shaped and supported them, I sat there, unmentioned, at a table near the back like some distant cousin. At first, I didn't even feel anger. Just numbness. Like I was watching someone else's life play out. But as the night wore on, that numbness turned into something else. Realization. I had spent years being there for her. Supporting her. Loving her. And in this moment, I was invisible. The decision. So I made a choice. I quietly slipped out. No goodbyes, no drama. I just walked away. The next morning my phone rang. A frantic Danielle was on the other end. Apparently, there had been some confusion about the final payments for the venue and vendors. She wanted to know if I'd take care of it, as we had discussed. I took a breath and simply said, Danielle, I think you should ask your dad. Silence. Dead silence. Then a hesitant but, he can't or won't. Yes. And then I hung up. The aftermath. Claire wasn't happy about it. She kept quiet, but I could tell she knew I had a point, even if she didn't want to admit it. Days passed, then a week. And finally Danielle called again. Not to apologize, of course. That would have required self-awareness. Instead, she wanted to clear the air. I feel like there was some misunderstanding about the payment situation, she started sweetly, as if nothing had happened. Actually laughed. A misunderstanding. Danielle, let me stop you right there, I said, my voice calm. There was no misunderstanding. You made it perfectly clear how you see me. You wanted your dad to have the spotlight. Fine. But that spotlight comes with responsibilities. Paying for things is one of them. Silence. Then a week. It's not like that. I just wanted to give him a chance to feel included. He's my dad too. No, Danielle, I said, steady. He's your biological father. There's a difference. I'm the one who raised you. And if you can't see that, I don't know what else to say. She muttered something about me being petty and making it all about myself. That's when I realized. She wasn't ready to understand. Look, I said, cutting her off before she could launch into a full-blown rant. I hope you had the wedding of your dreams. Really do. But I'm done being treated like an afterthought. When you're ready to have an honest conversation, you know where to find me. And I hung up. Claire, who had been pretending not to listen, finally spoke. Do you think that was a bit harsh? No, I said. Because if I don't stand up for myself, who will? Lesson learned. Months passed. Claire kept in touch with Danielle, so I heard bits and pieces. How she and her new husband were struggling. How Tom was back to his old ways, disappearing when they needed him. I didn't gloat. That's not who I am. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a little vindicated. She had wanted Tom to be her hero. Now, she was learning the hard way that real heroes don't just show up when it's convenient. Eventually, Danielle reached out again. This time, her voice was different. Softer. Apologetic. "Hey," she said. "Can we talk?" And for the first time in a long time, I heard something new in her voice. Humility. "I don't know where things will go from here. Rebuilding trust takes time, and I'm in no rush. But if this entire experience has taught me anything, it's this. Knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less isn't selfish. It's necessary."